everybody.
Hello. Is it dark?
No.
Oh, this looks like a shadow.
Oh, no, we're good.
We're good. We're great.
Yeah.
We're doing awesome.
Totally
Are we
awesome.
doing awesome?
Yes, we are. And we're going to talk to you guys tonight about a 7-second conversation that can make or break your marriage.
Absolutely.
So that was kind of why we didn't have any music playing tonight, right?
Right. This is pretty serious, so you're not going to want to miss it. Blair and I cover a real life situation event that happened yesterday.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, and it almost ruined Father's Day, but instead it made it just the best day ever. I mean, from this point
that's awesome.
forward, it was amazing. So
So hold on, before you give them any more info, I want you guys to do me a favor. Do you see a bug? Inside,
no,
really?
it feels dark in here.
Oh, I want you to drop a 1 in the comments below if you feel like you are a great communicator. Like, would your partner agree? You're just an amazing communicator. If the answer is yes, drop a 1 in the comments below. If you're like, I could really work on my communication, then I want you to drop it too. Hi, Courtney. How are you? I know you're here in this rainy weather too. But drop a 2 in the comments below if you're like, I could get better at communication, right? And tag your spouse in this. And also, if you feel like communication or hearing about what a 7-second conversation could do to make or break a marriage would be beneficial to anybody else, hit that share button for us as we start to share with you guys tonight.
Absolutely. So communication is key. Passive aggressive does not count as communication. Right? Holding in it. So, are we telling the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're
going to start with the story.
Getting right to the story. So, if you know Blair and I, we are both planners. So Blair, in all of her wisdom, Saturday asked me, Ryan, what would you like for Father's Day?
Yeah,
How would
actually,
like
you know
the
what?
day?
I'm going to hit this share, and then I feel like this is something I might want to share with you. Might want to bump in on. So you start talking, and then I might bump in a little bit. Sorry, go ahead. I'm going to add this to a group really quick.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're going now. So we plan out Father's Day, right? So we've had our teenager is pushing the limits on behavior, and we had a correction planned for him for 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. So he would have to wake up early and do a specific task that we assigned to him. So that was the plan. 10 a.m. I was going to handle that, and then Father's Day was going to start right at 11 with garage cleaning. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Ladies, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. This was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Asking the night before exactly how the day wanted to go down. And I want you to remember this when Mother's Day comes, birthdays come, whatever holidays it is, right? Think about asking ahead of time, like, hey, let's map this out. Because here's the thing, if you don't tell somebody what you want, then you really don't have the right the next day to be pouting, to be frustrated, to be annoyed. And I'm speaking from personal experience, because there have been times where Mother's Day rolls around or my birthday rolls around, and I'm kind of like, that was not what I expected today. Or, man, I was really hoping to have breakfast in bed, or I was really hoping to do this, and it just didn't, I don't know, I'm just saying. And so it didn't end up going as I thought, but that's on me because I didn't communicate it, right? So it starts the night before or even a week before. So ladies, I'm going to challenge you, since your day comes up next, Mother's Day, next year before Father's Day, that you really think about speaking that out loud and sharing that ahead of time, right?
I agree. It was fantastic. It made me feel good on Saturday. It was a little pressure at first because I actually had to stop and think about it, but having set things, and so I was able to actually lay out the day.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic, but it was almost ruined. So I rarely ever, if ever, sleep in. Is that accurate?
Yeah, he used to sleep in a lot, but not so much anymore.
Not anymore. So I sleep in, so it's 9:49. It's pouring down rain outside, like a monsoon. And Blair's already up and in her office. And I walk into her office, and I'm kind of like, I'm just going to let the kids sleep in. She's like, well, why would you do that? I was like, oh, it's raining outside. And, I was just like, oh, we'll just clean the garage later. Right?
Yeah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, no matter what, the garage is getting cleaned at 11 because that's what we said we were going to do. That's one of the things Ryan wanted for Father's Day was to clean out the garage. So the boys and I were going to get it done. So I purposely wake up super early, right, so that I can get into my office, get all the things done. Don't worry. I know it was a Sunday and we usually go to church. We were going to night church. And so I knew I had this specific time. Like I needed to get up. I needed to get my stuff done in the morning, my mindset right. I needed to get some work done so that I wasn't stressed out during the day. And I knew that at 10 o'clock we were waking up Jeremiah and he was going to have to do some of his reading, which was reading/punishment, right, for his sarcastic behavior last week. And then boom, at 11 we were going to be starting the garage. So when Ryan walked in and said that, I was like,
But how did you phrase it? What did you say to me? Do you remember?
Well, I remember saying, okay, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was Father's Day.
It was Father's Day.
And I didn't say it like with the tone of like, do whatever you want. Nope. It was like, oh,
you just kind of like, you were at your computer, you just kind of like looked up.
Like, do what you want. But we are starting the garage at 11 a.m. And Ryan goes, well, it's raining. And I go, that's okay. The boys and I are still going to clean out the garage for you. Mm-hmm. And then as he started to walk out, I think I said something like...
You were very specific holding me accountable. You said, I just don't understand why you would break your agreement. That's not what you said you would do last night. I mean, talk about a ton of bricks just like hitting me over the head, right? So as I'm walking back to brush my teeth, I'm like, okay, what kind of example am I setting for my wife, my kids? If I say something specific, especially for a punishment, then
especially for a teenager,
right? So I walk up, and at first I'm like just overwhelmed with guilt, and then I started to feel like really grateful. I was like, this is amazing. So our communication has come so far that Blair was able to gently but firmly hold me accountable, let me go, make my own decision. So while I'm sitting there brushing my teeth, I'm like, I'm not going to break that agreement. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for correcting me and saving me the pain of letting that opportunity go by to correct Jeremiah and then really ruining the rest of the day, right?
Right.
So I actually walked in on my way back, and it was 10 o'clock, so I was still on time, but I just said to Blair, thank you for holding me accountable and not letting me break my agreement.
But that conversation could have gone a lot differently, right? It could have gone like you saying, hey, I'm going to let the kids sleep in because it's raining, and I could have been like, okay, do whatever you want to do. But what would really have been going on is what?
Oh, you're
like in the
ticked.
past? Yeah.
I can't believe I woke up early. I planned this awesome day for you. What do you mean you're going to sleep in? No matter, like, no wonder he's always, not following through on punishments. No wonder he's acting like that. Just, it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah. So all that stuff would have been building up in my head, right? And which would have built up resentment.
Yep.
Thank you. That was a Blairism. And then that would have contributed to the drift, right?
Yes.
What do we mean when we talk about the drift?
The drift is when, in 7-second conversation, if Blair handles it any way but expressing her feelings to me, right? If she holds it in, then here's what happens. You start to go like this. Just a little bit. You drift apart just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what happens is those 7-second conversations happen more often, and you just continue to get farther and farther apart.
Right. And that happens, and it's so easy for the drift to start to happen, and then you start to feel alone, and then you start to feel frustrated, and then these things go on in your head, right? And all of a sudden it was just literally a 7-second conversation that turns into you being like, that person doesn't understand me, that person never follows through, that person maybe isn't the right person for me. I mean, I know that right now some of you guys are like, my mind has snowballed like that before.
Yes.
And some of you out there are like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. It seems so bizarre. But if you continue to let that happen, you continue to let the resentment build up, you continue to not have the right kind of conversations, then that's exactly what will happen. It will start to build up these walls in between you that continue to make you drift and go on to two different paths.
Absolutely.
But I will say, the reason that we've had massive momentum, I feel like, in going in our marriage is because we've learned how to do this major communication, right? And communication is so important. So we call each other out, and I'm not saying in the mean way, in the rude way. I'm saying in the right way. We call each other out from preventing the small daily events or things that happen, stopping them from ruining our days or allowing our mind to drift instead, or making them even turn into weeks. Right? How many times have you not talked about something, you just waited and waited and waited, right? And I feel like this is something we hear quite often as we've been starting to interview more people with their marriages. They're like, you have to communicate, you have to share it, even if it feels like something dumb. You have to share it with each other, right? And pretty soon, if you don't, you start to feel this major drift, and you start to feel alone. And you start to feel like you have nobody to talk to, right? So that 7-second conversation basically saved our whole day.
It did. It totally addressed it.
Wait, like I basically saved the whole day.
You did save the day.
I saved the day. I saved Father's Day.
Yes.
It's like saving Christmas. I saved it.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you. The other thing I want to mention is that, even worse than you giving a sarcastic answer, would you be complacent? And I say, hey, honey, I'm going to let the kids, I'm just going to let them sleep in. It's raining. And if you would have just said, oh, honey, okay, yeah, that's all right. You do whatever you want, right? And held it in. And meanwhile, you're fuming inside.
Yeah.
You don't feel valued. I planned this whole day for you. I'm doing the garage for you. I can't believe you're doing this to me. You don't love me. I mean, like you said, the snowball, it's just a never-ending snowball. If you don't address it right away, it turns into massive explosions.
Right. So this is a skill that can definitely be learned, right? And there's a few things that can be, put into it. And we're not going to share all those things that we've learned, but it may not come natural for everybody, but it's honestly the number one skill, right? I know I just hiccuped. I'm sorry.
You're all right?
Well, I literally just drank a LaCroix right before I got on.
I know,
so sorry about that, people.
Thing.
All right, so the number one skill that you need in your marriage to take it to the next level is communication.
I think it's communication.
Yeah, and if you want to learn these skills, what's really exciting is, and if you're curious, like, how have we learned these skills? And, instead of putting thousands and thousands of dollars into counseling and all these different things that we've already done, right? And tons of time. I feel like more was the time that we spent, even more than the money that we spent. And, that was something that was really important. And just by sharing these skills and putting you in an environment to win, we have something super cool to share with you guys.
Absolutely.
So our mastermind starts soon.
Yes.
It's In It to Win It is the name of it, which is super cool. And we're only accepting, honestly, a very small amount of couples.
Gotta keep it
because
small
we want
and
to keep it, we want to keep it a community of winning marriages. So if you think like, hey, this sounds like something I might want to be a part of, I might want to learn more about the different skills and things that we have found that really works, then let us know. We want to have you guys be part of it.
And I think that, we spoke to a couple last night who were super excited about the idea just because they're like-minded. They want to win at marriage. They're winning at life. They're winning at marriage. And they're trying to meet other couples who want that same thing, who have the same values, who are, I don't like the word work at marriage because it's not really work. Like,
right.
Tarring a roof, that's work, right? Taking out the garbage, that's work.
That's true.
But working marriage isn't work. It's fun. It can be fun when you learn together, you grow together, and when you're surrounded by a community of like-minded couples that all want the same thing, then you each get better, and the good ideas snowball.
Yeah, and I want you guys to think about this too. How many people do you know, and maybe this is you, there's so many couples, thousands and thousands of couples, who spend thousands of dollars on their summer vacation, right? And they're taking these vacations either as a family or just the two of them, hoping to see changes in their marriages or maybe even in their families, right? But if you don't learn the skills to be a successful couple together, then the fun trip away is just a Band-Aid. Like it's gonna, 30 days maybe you'll be happy and then something else happens, right? And so it can't be a Band-Aid for your marriage. Instead, spend that time really being with a group of people, learning the skills, moving forward in a way that will make you win. Instead of a way of hashing things out, instead we will show you the skills and the strategies to win. So If you were joining this tonight and you had an amazing Father's Day yesterday, drop in the comments below. We want to know, what did you guys do?
What did you do?
Was it a win for you guys? And don't forget that if you're watching this later on replay, to let us know by popping replay below. And if you're curious about what it is that we were just talking about with the group that we're going to be creating, then go ahead and join us in our current group, which is a free opportunity for you to be around other people who are building up their marriages. It's called Marriage Movement. We're still in the middle of our free 21-day Better Together challenge. It's super fun. People are having a blast in there. I'm loving seeing some things. We asked on Sunday what people are loving the most about that challenge, and a lot of them said, not taking my partner for granted, realizing that it's important to speak and say and act in the things that I think about that person all day, but sometimes don't do that. So
I just think, like, for me, hearing Blair verbalize the things that you notice that I do, but you never say, and giving me the opportunity to do the same, right? Like, I think about these things and I do notice them, but the challenge, and some people are like, it's a little bit cheesy, but it's exactly what we needed, right? It's something so simple and a daily reminder how you can show appreciation. I say it's, appreciation, affirmation, and inspiration for your spouse. Thanks, Faye. I like it. I am pretty smart. I must say. You just have to give me time for the thoughts.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the challenge.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, the part of the story that you forgot to tell everybody, and I'll just give you guys this little ending because it's hilarious.
Oh boy.
Is when all of this thought process yesterday morning happened, it was while Ryan was brushing his teeth. And Ryan's brushing teeth takes at least 8 to 10 minutes.
It's a good 8 to 10 minutes.
I'm not sure what he does while he's brushing his teeth, but
look at these teeth.
They are beautiful.
Yes.
But
and white.
He does spend a lot of time, so it's hilarious that he had all
I get
that time
lost in my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Drop a 5 in the comments if you get lost in your thoughts while you're brushing your teeth. A 5. Show me some love.
Well, I will
please.
tell you guys, last week I was on vacation with my
me
parents and our family, and I realized that Ryan and my dad could both drop a 5 right now. So, oh my Lord. I'm like, the women are ready. What are you guys doing, right?
No,
all right.
So anyway, let's just kind of recap.
Yeah.
7 seconds of communication handled the right way. You can hold each other accountable, and I think that you can get the outcome that you want.
Absolutely. And make sure to join us in Marriage Movement. We're so excited to have this amazing group and for you to meet the amazing people that are already in there. Yeah, and if you're curious what those skills are that we're going to be training on, that is going to be starting soon. And it's for a select group of people. So let me know. Oh, our dentist is on here.
Monica.
That's hilarious, Monica.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's probably also why he comes to the dentist 3 times a year, because he loves
every 4 months.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day or great night.
Great night.
Oh,
we are better
together.
together.
See you next week. Bye.